Hello, thank you for watching Dragon Lady Games. This is mostly for guild members, but really anyone who plays Hero Wars Web in Dominion era will eventually open up pet adventures in the guild area. So I'm going to show you guys on my main account that's at 130, so I have more kind of availability to show you guys what I'm talking about exactly than the account that I have a guild on. So pet adventures. This requires teamwork. You cannot complete an adventure by yourself. It absolutely requires that you work with other people. What that should tell you right off the bat in any guild area zone is that you're going to be better off to receive more rewards and actually succeed in the challenges if you work together as a team. I have in my guild received several complaints from other players not completing adventures well. Most of it, honestly, is just foolish or ignorant mistakes from users who obviously aren't super familiar with this feature of the game, or maybe are more competitive than teamwork oriented in real life. So, regardless of whether or not you're super competitive or a team player, this is a type of feature or zone in the game in which you do need to work together. I have really struggled anywhere after 5. Anywhere after Adventure 5 pretty much is going to require some guidance. There are 2 websites that I use to go through adventures. It just depends on the day. Like I like them both. They're both basically the same. I tend to come to Sodolfer's because it also holds the links for the daily rewards from the developers right here for web and Facebook. So, and then right next to it is the adventure tab. So I do tend to use this one more, but not really for any particular reason. After you click adventure maps, there are these adventure guides right here. This shows you the map. Now, what I like to do is start an adventure, copy and paste the link that I'm using for the map, including the number map. Like if I'm playing 5, I'm going to send them the link 5 inside the chat. Okay? So I'm going to start an adventure. Let's do Adventure 8. It's pretty straightforward. It's not confusing. Wonderful. Let's look at 10. Oh gosh, that's confusing. This one screws people up so bad. I recommend never doing this adventure publicly. You've got to find 2 other people to privately finish this adventure on so that you don't have to do it more than once, right? If you see someone that has started Adventure 10, it would be wise to private message them before you join their adventure and say, hey, are you following a map for Adventure 10? Can I join you with success? Right? Is this your trial run of this adventure? And you know what? Sometimes you just gotta lose the portal because people gotta be given a shot. So if you're in the mood to be helpful, if you're in the mood to be a team player, and you're higher level, if you're willing to help a guild member through an adventure by going first with communication, that is amazing. Because throughout these adventures, there's these pillars, and they can be complete choke points. If you lose more than 1 or 2 moves by being defeated, you're out for that whole adventure. No one's going to get all 3 chests. Should you just quit? Absolutely not. There are 3 chests to be gotten. By getting all the pillars and not defeating the bosses, you can still get all 3 chests. By missing moves, you may not get all 3 chests. However, you can still get to the boss and get the big 4th chest. So no, you shouldn't just ditch an adventure in the middle of it, regardless of whether you get stuck or can be not defeated. If an adventure goes unplayed in 3 days, it needs to be cleaned up. Someone needs to go in there, use their portal charge, and close the adventure. Yeah, adventures should not take more than 2 to 3 days. They should be able to be accomplished in 1 day. So, Adventure 8 is pretty straightforward. So I'm going to go ahead and create one. Right here, if I just click begin, my whole guild is going to be able to see that I've opened an adventure that they can join. If you don't want to do public adventures, find a couple of buddies that are close to your level in the member area of your guild and find someone close to your level. If you're in a guild that's all the same level, then private message a couple of maybe 4 to 6 different members that you know are active and maybe have communicated with or done challenges with before, and ask them, can I invite you to my private pet adventures? Can you be my pet buddy? Right? That works really well in some guilds. So, take a look at the members list. Send a private message to try and gather up a group of people. If private messaging is too uncomfortable for you, just go to your general chat area and just start talking to people. Ask, like, I want 2 to 4 adventure buddies to go through pet adventures with. Who wants to form a pod? That doesn't mean that if you see adventures go public and they need help to be finished, that you can't join other public adventures. However, it does mean that you are taking that public risk. You don't really have a right to go in there and demand certain things when you are perfectly capable of finding a private group to get through your adventures with. So again, it's a team effort situation. Okay. So let's go to the sanctuary. Let's open up a level 8 adventure and see what it looks like when it is public and you put the map in there. So here's a solo. It's also another good place for adventure maps. It's got one for 3 players or 2 players. I would recommend using the 3-player map unless you're high level or your Dungeon Master prefers adventures to be done that way. So we're going to go to Adventure 8. I'm going to take the link and I'm going to post it up in chat right away. Boom. Now, I'm going to decide what path that I am going to take. There's lots of pillars that kind of unlock the middle. So I'm going to take the blue path. So I like to post this part up in chat as well. For easy access for me, really. So that I know where to go. And now I'm being reliable, right? Now people know where I'm going to go. At this point, you're still going to get people in here that don't use maps, that think that they can just fly through things. This is the risk that you take with public adventures. Should you tell your GM when an adventure has gone really sour, or you've got a player that really doesn't know? Yeah, you should report it. You should report it to the guild master so that the guild master can further educate a player. If you're getting this video because a guild master has sent it to you, then there's been a time or two that you've made a mistake that was upsetting to another player. So it doesn't matter literally what that mistake was. It just matters that you attempt to fix it. You'd be better off to tell me like what you did wrong than me to try and educate you about what you did wrong. It's more about what you need to do right? You need to have good etiquette. You need to use this chat feature to communicate if you get stuck. So if I can't beat one of these, then I'm going to say so in the chat. Say, I'm struggling with pillar 13 because it's locked right? So let me get up here a little bit further. So this is a good example of one right here. This is getting an enemy buff. Where? From what? It's getting from squad 9. All these buffs are coming from beat squad 8, Eye of Harbinger. That means this one. But that's not on my map. It's on someone else's. So if I was to get stuck and not be able to beat number 9, I would come over here and say stuck on 9 until 8 is cleared. This tells people I've already been killed once. You can try with a better team lineup if you know and with confidence that you've just used the wrong team. Just slam through it. Use the other team, get through. But if you hesitate and you don't have another team to use, put something like this in chat so that your members know, oh, she's held up not because she's inactive, but because she's stuck. That also implies that maybe they can take this other left route, unlocking number 8. Right? So I'm pretty confident that I can just bust through this without waiting. So I'm going to do that. You always want to try to, see, and I just went through number 9. So now I go to 10. Number 10. And this gets a little bit confusing. Like, which path do I take? I'm going to ditch this one on the corner and go up, go to the middle, go out to get 9, then around to 10. Those are the steps. Now, these are numbered with the number of steps, number of moves that it takes. It doesn't match the adventure number. So keep that in mind. Another cool feature about pet adventures, and this is why it really shouldn't take more than 24 hours to find other people to finish adventures with. Okay, I'm going to skip 12. Is you can skip the battle. You don't have to sit here and watch it. You can, but you don't have to. You can skip the battle. So move through these adventures quickly so that your other members, if you have other people that join you immediately, which happens a lot, okay, especially in higher adventure lengths. Once you, again, get comfortable with adventures, they're not hard. You should use some of your portal charges just to help your guildmates through. When you complete the highest adventure that you possibly can, and all 3 of these chests have been collected and the boss has been defeated, then you can go to your adventure area and raid it, which means you don't have to play through it over and over. Once you beat an adventure once in a day, you can raid it. So you can raid your portal charges and get all the adventures just as if you won the adventure over and over and over and over and over again until you're out of charges. In our guild, I recommend that you keep at least 3 to 5 portal charges so that you can help your guild members through adventures that need to get through so that they can raid. The benefit here is that you're helping your pets grow and their pets grow, which then turn into patrons for your heroes, which then go on to your lineups in your grand arena and your wars and everything else. Huge, huge, huge benefit. So this is a very important aspect of the game here that we're playing. I missed 16. Whoops. Okay, so I'm letting people know. I see the mistake that I made, right? in this whole lineup here. So I'm going to go here up to the corner and then to boss. I can't beat boss since I'm the first one here. So I'm actually going to take down as many of these little pillars out here as possible so that whoever's left can go straight to the boss without waiting for anybody else. Actually, you know what? I might be able to beat the boss. So I'll give it a shot. Oh, there is one more pillar to get through actually. So I'm not gonna try the boss. I can't beat the boss. He's got one more pillar. I'm gonna go 2630 to try and ensure that whoever is next can actually go through and just beat the boss if they want to, without waiting. Okay, so you can make adjustments in pet maps if you are very confident, if you've done this adventure before, and if you know your guild members. I know my guild members. They're all higher level than me in the guild that I'm in. So since I am going first, I'm just going to try and clear the path for them so they can go straight for the big guy, and we might even be able to close the adventure early if all locations have been cleared. Okay? If you do clear all but like one chest, you can go to your main guild chat and say adventure number 8 is completed except for one totem. Quick cleanup, right? It's a done adventure. This is a great opportunity for lower level members who might be stuck on this adventure to jump on because all the hard work has been done for them. So if you're a lower level member, you know that you have really awesome guilds and higher level members, feel free to message them and say, hey, I'm really struggling on adventure 10. Can you guys please run adventure 10 and then invite me at the end so that I can beat it? There's nothing wrong with that. They want to help you through those things. If you have someone who's coming into adventures making a mess of this or completely getting demolished and not using chat, you really do need to report that to a guild member, to your guild lead. If guild leads get too many complaints, that guild should remove that player until they get the point that they're getting kicked out of guilds because they're not doing the challenges correctly. If you get someone who's not participating well in this challenge, it might be because they're too young to have the ability to play these kinds of challenges with much success. And in which case it's up to the guild master on how much they're going to tolerate of ignorant or childlike play. And that's for them to decide. So if you've got a guild master who's really just kind of a pushover and not going to remove members for this, again, my suggestions to find a pod to do adventures with privately is going to be key to your success and your frustration. So I hope this video helps you guys, give you some kind of guidance on how to get through these guys and what it takes to be successful. All right. Thanks, guys.